Hey, it's Guy B with Vital MX. State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona is the next stop on the Monster Energy Supercross series. We've got a huge stadium, long start straight, and hard-packed conditions. Let's see what the riders have to say. All right, Kenny, and all the chaos of last weekend, man, we sort of almost overlooked that you've got the points lead again now.
It was craziness last weekend. Like, there's just a lot of mistakes, and the track, like, technically it was super basic, but Anaheim has been getting really rough, and you know, the whoops are really chewed out. That was my weak spot last weekend. I just wasn't really gelling with it. Basically, to be able to win this, I wasn't that good at jumping them. Like, I was all over the place, honestly. So that cost me a lot of time, but I tried to minimize that and try to make it up elsewhere. And luckily, we were able to get the second place. You know, that is a super solid finish, especially after winning the weekend before. You know, you can't win them all, and we just had a super solid finish and ended up going with the red number plates. Now, that's it's a great thing to have. It's good to be in this position, but at the same time, honestly, I don't even care if they're on or not. I just want to ride mentally, just clear head and free. So I'm not thinking about it too much. I just want to go out every single weekend and just pretend like it's always the first race. Just, I don't want to, even if I were to go and win 5 in a row, I don't want to get into that attitude of, oh, like, I've won so much now, like, I'm the man, I got to win every time. Like, every weekend is a new clean slate, and I think it's important to keep that mentality.
What do you think for here? There's some interesting spots on here, kind of hard pack, long start straight, and some of the turning sections where there's jumps, you know, kind of in sweepers. That's kind of interesting too. Yeah,
I mean, to me, it's a typical Glendale track. The stadium's huge to start straight. We always have pretty much a full length. We do have a couple of turning sections right here that I've seen, but overall, you know, I'm not surprised if it would get hard and blue grooved. So this is just typical for here. So I'm aware of it, and I did really good here last year, and yeah, I'm planning to do the same thing again. It's good to get in some press day riding, get familiar with the track, a little bit of the track conditions.
How do the ruts tend to break down here? Is it more cupped out or rutty like we saw last weekend?
No, I mean, if we do get ruts, they will definitely have a hard base, and they'll get chunked out where there's a lot of choppiness in them. Depending on how the track forms up, I mean, it seems like they try and leave it as loose as possible, and then you get kind of like almost like puzzle pieces that just break out. So if anything, it won't get this deep, like tacky, choppy ruts, but it'll be blue grooved, and if there are ruts, they'll be very hard.
Yeah, watching you guys ping around last weekend, I was happy to be where I was at on that side.
Yeah, it's crazy because like for Anaheim, it's been really like wet and soft, so it makes for a great racetrack, but it's also like it's pretty dangerous. You know, you saw there's a lot going on, and technically the layout was super basic, but we had a lot of whoops, dragging back, things like that, and that made for some tough racing.
Well, we're done with the Anaheim season. Let's get after it here.
Let's get after it here, exactly. Go here, and I have good memories from last weekend, from last year actually. So that always helps out.
We saw much more of your normal speed and style last weekend, aggressiveness, everything else. What are you thinking coming into here?
Yeah, last week was awesome. Much better step in the right direction, and yeah, another good week of practicing, fine tuning, getting better each week. So I'm stoked with that, healthy, and yeah, looking forward to it. The Triple Crown, I had good success last year, so hopefully we'll keep the ball rolling on those. But yeah, you know, this is always a nice place to come to. Bit bigger of a track with this big floor space in Glendale, so we know it's going to be slick. That's something that, you know, we're prepared for, so looking forward to it.
I was going to say, is this maybe the longest start straight we have in the whole series?
Yeah, every year, you know, it seems Glendale is always a long start, which I like and kind of think it helps me a little bit. So yeah, it's pretty cool to go the whole freaking over probably 100 yards from one end to the other is always pretty cool. You get going pretty fast, so it's pretty cool.
Get to open her up a little bit?
Yeah, let the 450 hit maybe fourth gear.
I like your mic style.
Yeah, this is how I hold the mic. I can't help it no matter what.
All right, so what do you think for Phoenix this weekend?
I'm feeling better than I have been. We tested this week, got some stuff figured out with the bike. Got some stuff figured out with myself. I've been struggling quite a bit these first few weeks of the season, so not been too excited about it. It's been a struggle, but keep on plugging, man. We're gonna figure it out one way or another.
I was gonna say, we've seen a mix of good and bad in there. You know, heat or leads and heat races and showing flashes out there.
Yeah, I think that night, you know, without that fall, leads to a good gate pick, which leads to a better start, which leads to a better main event. all that factors in, obviously. We're all so close and everyone's so fast that you can't really just start and last, you know? So that's just part of the drill, though. I know that. I haven't been feeling the most comfortable riding with myself anyway, so like I said, we got some stuff figured out and a lot more confident about how I'm riding now. So with that will come more confidence and getting back up front.
I was going to say, getting press day in, it's a little extra track time and see what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, you try to take advantage of the press days that you do get. And like I said, I tested this week, so it's nice to kind of feel out the setting on the track we'll be racing on. Obviously, we don't get to hit the whoops and all that kind of stuff, but it's nice to you break the rust off a little bit and you get to, like I said, try out whatever we worked on this week and figure out if it's going to be good or if we need to make some more adjustments. But I think we're going to be good.
Bring it tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Get a start. You never know.
Well, dang it, Blake. Got a good start last week, and I thought good things were going to happen for you, but it didn't work out that way.
Yeah, I thought good things were going my way too for the first 2.5 laps, and then it went south quick. Just felt good, had good speed, felt like I had good lines, and just got caught off guard. Went to the inside where I hadn't been going, and was just kind of in the moment, rushed it a little bit, and caught the edge of the bank, and down she went. It was a good enough one that I was really in no hurry to get back up. And then after that, got in another pile up, just was back there in the mayhem and ended up getting tangled up with somebody that was already down. So the night was rough, so good thing that's over with.
Yeah, I was curious whether it was a front brake thing or caught the edge. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the brakes sliding through there, and I think just where the dozer had cut for the very inside gate, they had cut, along there straight. So it had kind of had a ledge there where in practice and all day it kind of was round rolling up into there, and as I came in there, wasn't expecting it to be that sharp and that square, and mistake on my behalf.
Well, returning to the scene of the crime here where you got your first 450 win, talk about that coming back here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it just was one of those moments here last year. It wasn't like I felt great all day. It wasn't like I knew it was coming. It just came to me as the main event came around. We had the restart, which I wasn't a super fan of, but it just basically came to me, and it was one of those ones where I got it done. So, I don't know if there's anything special about the stadium or anything like that. It's just kind of see how it plays out and if it comes to me.
All right, Derek, how's the season been for you so far?
It's been pretty crazy. Results-wise, not the best, but we've been good. We've been having good weeks in between the races, and good. Everything's been going good. It just hasn't showed off on paper yet. So I look forward to the Triple Crown this weekend and getting 3 good starts and running up front.
Is that first time in Triple Crown for you or not?
Yeah, first time Triple Crown, first time for everything. So we're good.
What do you think? Huge long start straight.
Yeah, longest start I've ever been in, but hopefully we can all get it slowed down by the end.
Talk about that first turn in St. Louis in your heat race. That was a little crazy.
Yeah, it definitely was. I got a great start, and I thought I had it, and then all of a sudden I went to hit the gas, and the thing just spun around on me. Super unexpected, but yeah, just look forward to doing another ones. Just keep going next time.
Let's not do that, though.
No, not at all.
Brandon, you've been having a nice season so far. Man, a couple podium finishes and also being third in points. That's good. Is that above where you thought you'd be, or where you were hoping to be?
I mean, I wanted to get on the podium this year. My expectations was to be around the top 5 as much as I could, but right now it's be around the podium as much as I could. But third in points, I think I'm 2 behind second, so not really where I expected to be. But now that I'm doing, I think I'm right where I should be. Consistency
is key this year. I mean, there's been a little chaos going on the last few weeks.
Yeah, I'd say last weekend, there's a lot of hectic things going on, and I was just right place, right time. So, yeah, I'll take it. I mean, can't complain. It's another podium, but I just need to work on my starts a little bit, and I think I'll be just running up front.
All right, John, how's the season been treating you so far?
We raced last weekend. It was a little rough, shaking the cobwebs off on the new 450. So it's all good though. We're learning and getting ready for that East Coast series. So
talk about the team and what you're up to this year.
We'll be racing for Manluck KR Racing, and so we got a lot of support behind us, and we're gonna do the 250 East Coast series. the 450 in Canada, and then a handful of U.S. Outdoor Nationals on the 450. So it'll be exciting. A lot of racing, a lot of gate drops.
Cool. Well, good luck out there.
I appreciate it.
All right, Chris, home turf race. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a good weekend. It's obviously a special race for me being here in my hometown. I lived here 32 years, born and raised. I still live here, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Got a lot of friends, family, fans, so I think it's going to be a good weekend, especially with the Triple Crown format. I'm pumped on that, and yeah, it's an amazing stadium. It's a good track, so I'm pumped.
What should we expect on the track? How's this different from what we've seen so far this season?
I don't know. It's I don't know. Maybe I'm just more excited. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna give it my all, and whatever happens, happens.
How about recap on your season so far?
Yeah, the recap on the season so far. We're at round 4 here, and the first 3 rounds are good. Made all 3 main events here in the 450 class, and I think that's a pretty good feat in itself. Class is, I think, honestly, in my opinion, the most stacked it's ever been. And it's, man, it's just been crazy. Like, in my heat race, I'm behind Zach Osborne for 9th place, you know, trying to catch him. It's like, man, defending or past, 250 champions in 9th place, it's crazy. And just really looking forward to it. It's racing a 450 on the West Coast and then 250 on the East Coast. So, yeah, it's just more like just get me, keep racing, get the gate drops, get the fitness better than what it already was, and look forward to the East Coast.
Have you got Michael broken in as a team owner yet?
Not yet. He's getting broken in each and every weekend. No, but he's been doing an awesome job. The team's been coming together, and everything's been forming nicely, and looking forward to the East Coast and the remaining rounds with the team for sure.
All right, Carson, headed in for a practice session here at Glendale. Man, this has been a way better season for you than anything so far.
Yeah, we came in healthy, which we definitely weren't last year with a wrist injury. So it's been nice, and we've been able to build each week off of that. And, each round we're getting a little more confident, so it's been nice.
Top 10?
Yeah, we got an 8th the other week at St. Louis, and then last week, unfortunately, went down a couple times on the first lap. But going into Glendale here, definitely would be nice to get another top 10 and keep building from there.
What do you think so far from what you've seen and what you know about the track?
Yeah, the track's been looking good. Like, coming from last year, it looks like, the dirt's definitely hard pack, which is definitely different from the last few rounds, especially coming from St. Louis. That was super tacky. I've never ridden anything like that. And then Anaheim, we're pretty used to by now since we've done 2 rounds there. So definitely a big change, and the arena is really big. Starts super long, rhythms are super long. So that's definitely different, and we'll just have to see how it plays out.
Can't afford to goof up in those long rhythm sections, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't mess those things up, or else you're going to lose a lot of time from start to finish through those, and you better hit them right.
Well, good luck out there.
Awesome. Thank you.